Welcome everyone to the Tokyo Skytree ahead of today's Emperor's Cup final, where we will of course be taking on Yokohama F Marinos, the final game of the season. Hopefully we can pick up another competition win here today. But without further ado, let's head on over to the stadium and let's crack on with today's game. Okay, so we've made it to the tactical meeting screen just before we of course get into that dressing room and decide who will be starting today's game. And well, it's a drizzly 4 degrees Celsius and breezy out on the pitch here today. The pitch though, perfect pitch condition, and it's sold out here today with 68,500 tickets sold for today's game. We are of course going to apply the opposition instructions, and in terms of team selection, well, we have Obi in goal, the back line of Suga, Havania, Inukai and Komai. Sonkraz in on the left hand side, Lucas on the right, Maruoka and Fujimoto in central midfield, with Lopez sitting behind Nakagawa. Our bench consists of Nakano, Yanagi, Fukumori, Kishimoto, Danzaki, Miyazawa and Nakashima. Now, you might be wondering where our central midfield is. They are still on international duty. As you can see, Apple Camp still on international duty, Kawasaki is, and so is Fujita. On top of that, we've even got Kim Min-tai with a suspension. So 3 central midfielders and our backup left wing. It's a little rough in terms of our depth. Hopefully this team is good enough to win today, but they are missing some key players themselves. I believe their starting goalkeeper is missing, so that is nice to see from our perspective. And Fujimoto is apprehensive with dealing with Kida. That's not a good sign, nor is any of this, but that's looking good, and these two are happy, so some good, some bad. It's not the greatest of news going forward. I don't know how good this Tagawa guy is, but Leo Serra has actually been dropped to the bench. Now that is an interesting one, because that guy can score goals for fun. And Iwata, I believe, was a starter for them last time we played as well. So they've dropped a couple of players. I guess they feel like they've got the players to beat us, but it wasn't the team they've been previously putting out. So we are going to tell everyone to get out there and prove a point to everyone. Now, we are winners indeed. We are winners, lads. Come on. As you can see, that has motivated plenty of people. Hopefully we can turn things around after picking up that loss in the previous episode, of course. As you can see, 4 wins and then that loss. They are going for a 4-1-2-2-1 in today's game. They've got a draw, 2 wins, a loss and a win, because they of course won that 5th place decider in the Club World Cup. But we are going to skip through this animation because we have quite the lengthy season review after this one. Regardless of how this game turns out, we do have a season review to have a little look at. So Usami will play it over. Ooh, Marcos Jr. missing his header, thankfully for us, and we have escaped from that opportunity. But Elba will take the corner here on roughly the 4th minute, whips it into the back post. Inukai nods it away. Usami will collect it though, plays it over to Kida. Kida plays it up to Marcos. Marcos to Usami, thankfully wide of that right hand side post. And we hold on to this 0-0 so far. We do need to start taking some shots of our own though. Absolutely 0 in these first 10 minutes is not a good sign. Obi though plays it up to Havania, and perhaps this is the moment we start taking some shots. Maruoka to Kanya. Kanya, lovely ball up to Nakagawa. Oh, Nakagawa from range gets his 55th goal. Beautiful from Fujimoto to get it up to Nakagawa, but an even better finish from the man himself. The man, the myth, the legend, the 55 goals this season. Star striker Nakagawa smashes it past Tagawa, who, like I previously said, I believe is their backup goalkeeper. So we finally had a shot, one on target. They've had 3 and absolutely 0 on target. Still, possession, that is worrying me. We do need to pick it up. 40 is a little better than what I was looking at, but okay, we're going in the right direction. That's nice. We're trending upwards. No, that's back downwards. Come on. We need to break that 50-50 barrier. Come on. We can't let them have the majority of possession, because they are a decent team when you let them have the ball. So, It is played short. Kidda now plays it over to this right-hand side. They are trying to score a goal here just as we head into additional minutes. Kidda with the ball over the top to Asami. Asami, oh, lovely block by Komai. And Lucas will collect it before that's the end of the highlight. But not the end of the half, as they have a second one here. Elbow will step up. He has a knock, but he has a free kick in a deadly spot. And it's a beautiful save from Obi as we go into half-time with a 1-0 lead. Okay, so we've had 4 shots to their 7, 4 on target to their 3, a 0.38 XG to a 0.73. We do need to pick that up a little bit. 3 corners to their 6, 9 fouls to 3, 1 yellow card apiece, 84% passing to 91, 42% possession to 58. But besides a few little things, I think we have been the better team. Son Krasin does need to pick things up, and so does Maruoka, Suga, Havania, but the rest of the team, and Lopez, I'm pretty happy, lads. I'm pretty happy. I think those guys can pick it up, give them a bit of confidence, don't get on their backs too much. I think if we inject a little bit of confidence into a few players, they'll pick up their game and the other ones can get substituted, and we will finish this one out. Kanya, though, will pull it back for Inukai in the centre circle. Inukai running at their defence, gets Sonkraz in. There's an overlap in Suga. He's found Suga, but will Suga be able to do anything with it? Plays it back across to Kanya. He's dispossessed by Usami, and he gets over to Marcos Jr. Elba's making a run on this right-hand side as well, although he does still, of course, have that knock. Doesn't matter, though, because Marcos Jr. will simply play it into the hands of OB, and we are into a separate highlight. As Lucas cuts inside here, lovely ball over to the left-hand side, finds Song Kraz in. He's making a darting run inside. Will he go alone or perhaps whip a ball across? Whips one across, Lucas blocked and cleared away for a throwing. Now, will we get to see this? No, we will not, because apparently it wasn't entertaining enough. So we shall not see that throwing, and thus we have headed into our substitution time of 63.5, roughly. Substitution time, of course, it's a flexible thing. I do allow a couple of minutes either way. Lopez is currently one of the struggling players. Havania is, but he's fit. So you know what, Lopez, I think you are my target to go off. How are our yellow carded players? 6.9 and 6.6. Suga, you're coming off, my friend. You're on a yellow card. You're not having the best of games. I think we'll just take you off before you do something silly. In terms of Fujimoto, I kind of want to hold on. It might be a bit risky, but I think we hold on. Don't take him off, although Miyazawa is there. Miyazawa's a decent replacement. But the question is, do we use him for Fujimoto, who's on the yellow card? His fitness is there, or Lopez, whose fitness is not there. He's struggling. I think we go for Lopez. I think it's the smarter move. Although this could come back to bite us. It's the risky move, but the smart move. It's the smart but risky move. If we had a 2-goal lead, maybe I'd take him off and just let Lopez try and handle things in that central attacking mid role. But we do not have a 2-goal lead at the moment, and Miyazawa will play it back to Yanagi. Yanagi gets it to Havani, a lovely ball over the top to Nakagawa. He's got a brace! I said we don't have a 2-goal lead. Well, you can tell me to shut up, because I'm completely wrong. We do have a 2-goal lead. Nakagawa with a beautiful finish yet again, getting himself a brace and a beautiful ball over the top by Havania, of all people, our centre-back. Lovely ball. The defence did not see that one coming. I did not see that one coming. And we now have a 2-goal lead in today's Emperor's Cup final. Komai now playing it short to Kanya. Kanya will play it across to Miyazawa. Miyazawa holding up the ball nicely. It's now to Inukai. Tries the ball over the top. Nakagawa does not get onto that one. Tagawa, though, hoofs it straight back to Yanagi. And Lucas is in possession. Can Nakagawa get a hat-trick? No! He's going to play it into Takawa's hands. And now, we are going to make that substitution. What I'll do is I'll drop you back there. And I think Son Krasin is our next opportunity. Ooh, Komai. That is an interesting opportunity. Do we put Komai there? Probably not. So Son Krasin, you can come inside. Dan Zaki will go out onto the left-hand side now. We shall then just place that like that. And we shall hopefully hold on to this lead. We've got a 2-goal lead, less than 10 minutes remaining in this one. They're forcing things. Leo Serra, by the way, is now on the pitch in their 4-3-3 attempt to come back here today. And, well, we've got all our yellow-carded players off the pitch. We have some players who are a little tired, but for the most part, we've got everything covered. We don't particularly need to worry about anyone getting sent off unless it's a ridiculously bad challenge. And now Nakagawa might even get a hat-trick for us. Oh, yes, nice little dink over the goalkeeper for his 57th goal of the season. That is a crazy amount of goals. I don't know what's going to happen to his valuation after this season, but Nakagawa, my friend, you have been superb in this season. You have been the reason we have done so good in so many competitions. And now, you've got injured. A hat-trick, a 9.3. I'm not sure how the rules work in this. Am I allowed to sub him off? No, I'm not. So we're going to have to play with 10 men. I guess 5 minutes playing with 10 men is what we're going to do. So we are just going to go for a balanced approach. We're going to go for an in possession of, we're going to burn the clock completely down since we are playing a man down. And then we are going to pray that that injury isn't too bad. Because, like I said, I've been singing his praises and now he has an injury, which is a shame. Especially considering he's gone and got a hat-trick in this one. Maida tries to get a ball across. Come on, let's have Obi have his clean sheet. Please don't ruin it now. Hara coming down the right-hand side, though. Less than half a minute in this one. Whips it across. Obi collects. And that should be the final play of this game. 20 seconds remain. Lucas holding up the ball nicely, plays it across to Danzaki. Yanagi's made an overlap. Instead, he tries to get it up to Lucas. It's intercepted. There's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, we are waiting. Just waiting. Bunmafan whips it in. Obi collects. And now it's all over, ladies and gents. It's Obi, just needs to kick it away. Okay, just throw it out play. That one works as well. Just throw it out of play. Time is over, and we can now head on up to the podium as we collect our Emperor's Cup and enjoy this momentous occasion. A season filled with many trophies, many finals, and including the league itself. We have achieved all of our goals in this one and more. There's competitions I didn't even think we would end up in, like the Club World Cup, for example. I wasn't expecting us to be in that time. Yet we got to the finals and lost to Liverpool, of all teams. So, it's been a rather good season for us. And, well, we've got a season review to have a look at to see just how good a season it has been. So, I will finish our team talk up here and I will see you fine folks for the season review in just a second. Okay everyone, welcome to What If Things Go According to Plan is sadly the final season review here at Hokkaido Consadole Sapporo. That is because we are going to a much more tropical resort for our next adventure. So, without further ado, let's crack on with this season review. Let's enjoy what a beautiful time we've had this season here in Japan. And first of all, we have the new arrivals. The new arrivals, of course, the star one of those is Nakagawa. Nakagawa came in from who ended up being our main rivals, Yokohama F Marinos. And well, we only paid 1.1 million for him. Also, a little bit of good news on that front. He's only injured for 6 to 5 weeks with a twisted ankle. He made 60 appearances for as a substitute, 57 goals and an 11 assists, 7.45 on his average rating. Inukai also had a solid season. He only came in for 950 grand, played 62 games, 3 goals, 2 assists and a 7.16 for himself. Again, Fujita came in for 2.9. He was a little bit more expensive, and to be honest, he wasn't as good as Nakagawa, and he was probably on par with Inukai, maybe a little bit better than Inukai. Same with Applecamp. He also came in at 2.9 million, but they both had great seasons. As you can see, they both put 3 goals in the back of the net and got 8 and 9 assists respectively. Now, Obi, free transfer from Marinos. That is a bargain. He is our starting goalkeeper and, well, a very good addition to this squad. and 77 appearances and a 7.131 assist is not too shabby from our goalkeeper. As you can see, the rest were basically filler players. Kishimoto, of course, was our backup on that left-hand side. He had a solid time, getting 4 goals and 3 assists, getting a 6.92. Fujimoto, a little bit better, did pay a little bit more for him, 950k. Not the best bit of financial business, but in terms of depth, he's only 22 years of age. He's got plenty of opportunity to develop going forward. And yeah, he had a solid performance in that central midfield role when we would move the likes of Applecamp forward into what is more naturally his role in that cam spot. And then we've got Kawasaki. He came in for 1.1. A little bit more disappointed in that one. We did spend a bit more on him than likes of Kishimoto, etc. But you know what? I'm still not disappointed at 1.1 million for Kawasaki. He was a solid addition to the team, added a bit of depth, 9 goals, 9 assists in 28 appearances, 27 off the bench. So can't complain with these too much. Heck, even Maruoka, he played decent in that last game, came in for 275 grand and was a nice little bit of business. So the board are disappointed with the deal to sign. Seriously, of all the players, board, you're disappointed with a signing Nakagawa, the guy who scored 57 goals. This is mainly down to the wage being too high for the player. No, just no, board. Like, what we're paying Nakagawa is not, in fact, it's probably not enough. We're paying him 13 grand a week, which I will admit, that is a big amount of money, but he's got 2 international caps now. He's had an amazing season, 57 goals. If his value doesn't skyrocket from 1.1 million, I will be mind blown. So board, you're absolutely crazy. As you can see though, in the league, we finished top, only losing 2 games. That was to Frontel, and of course, Marinos was the other one we lost, losing both of them 1-0. We had 4 draws. That was to the likes of Yamagata, Grampus, Reysol, and Osaka. Nice little range in those. And then of course we had the 32 wins, which it's not going to be able to list all of those. 100 points, nice and comfortable in the end, but Marinos did push us till pretty late on in the season. They went and then fell apart towards the end, losing like 4 or 5 games in the back end of their season. So yeah, they went to complete shambles. We held on and we managed to win the title. On top of that though, how did everything else unfold? Well, we was expected to finish top half. That would be down on what we did the previous season, I believe. Well, I know, we was in the top 4 in the previous season, so dropping to top half wouldn't have been particularly good. We did finish first though. We had 23,936, 57% average home attendance. Nakagawa, of course, was the competition top goal scorer, getting 29, just short of that record. I believe Leo Serra still has the record with like 31 or 32 goals, something like that. The board is very delighted with that one, though. In terms of the FIFA Club World Cup, well, runners-up to Liverpool, we can't really complain with that one too much. Nakagawa and Sonkrazin. The board is pretty delighted with that one as well. AFC Champions League, well, we was expected to be competitive. Instead, final position was runners-up. Although we wasn't runners-up, that is a lie. We won that competition, so I don't know why it's saying we was runners-up. I thought we won the AFC Champions League. Correct me if I'm wrong. But we then go to the Super Cup. Now, the Super Cup was before any of our players could really get in. As you can see, Nakashima was our top goal scorer with that 1 goal. So, a little disappointing. I think if we played Marinos with the team we did towards the end of the season, as we've seen, we beat them multiple times in multiple competitions. I think we would have won the Super Cup with that squad. In terms of the Emperor's Cup, JFA All Japan Soccer Championship, the long name one, simply the Emperor's Cup. To us, we were of course the winners in that one. Nakagawa getting 7 goals and a nice little run in that one as well. We was expected to reach the semis, so we was expected to push on quite far in that, but the board of course not expecting us to go all the way. Now this one, not important. It wasn't important for us to do anything in the Levain Cup. Well, we just went out and won it anyway. Nakagawa getting 16 goals. The board, C+, considering it's a competition we wasn't expected to be doing anything in. I think that's a little low down, but The moments to remember. Well, our biggest win came against Tampines. Tampines, of course, was in the AFC Champions League. If I remember rightly, they are from Thailand, I believe. So we destroyed them 7-1 at their place. We then have a match to remember against Sanfrecce Hiroshima, who we scored only 2 minutes in through Lucas, and then Nakashima got one on the 34th before they pulled one back, but we held on to a 2-1 win again in the AFC Champions League. And the goal of the season goes to Kishimoto. Nakagawa might have got 57 of them, but Kishimoto went and got the most memorable one, a memorable goal from the right wing back as he dribbles from inside of their half before scoring a shot from 20 metres away. So he drills that one in from range. Not quite sure what episode that's in, but if you want to watch that, feel free to try and hunt through the previous episodes of this season and you will be able to find that specific goal, because we do highlights of the games we don't play on the episodes, and if we played it on the episode, then, well, of course, it's in the episode. In terms of the finances, well, 2.5 star is our previous national club reputation. I don't know why my brain was struggling there. 3-star current now. We are a continental club, which is lovely to see. That's going to help us going forward with player acquisitions, because I'll probably keep playing this still anyways on my own time. Sponsorship is 10.91 million, which is the same as last season. The broadcast revenue down a little bit to 2.21 from a 2.49, but going up is hospitality and corporate, which is 3.04 from 1.48, 20.97 from competitions, which is drastically up from the 3 million in the previous year, and a 1.69 compared to 9.17 on matchday commercial and retail. As you can see, total merch sales 697,000. The main players, of course, be Nakagawa with his beautiful on-the-pitch performances, Havanir, our solid centre-back, our amazing left winger in terms of Songkrazin, Lucas on that right, and Applecamp in the heart of our midfield. A lovely bunch of players. I would have a shirt number of any of those. Now, in terms of how they line up, well, in terms of key players, this is what they are going with. Nakano, I would have Songkrazin over. This central midfield I don't agree with. Havanir I would. Fukumori I wouldn't. I would have Inukai. I would have our team that we have now. I don't think Nakano is better than our current goalkeeper, although he was a decent goalkeeper. I wouldn't complain with having to use this specific squad. Just Nakano. I think Nakano is the one player, if I had to pick a player to take out of there, I would take him out for Songkrazin. So that is that. And then we, of course, have the player accolades. Now, manager awards. We got the 2021 Japanese N League 1 Manager of the Year. Yes, we are the greatest manager in the whole of Japanese football, at least for this season. In terms of club awards, well, Nakagawa has gone and got the fan player of the season. The young player of the season goes to Nakashima. Signing of the season, of course, goes to Nakagawa. We have Kishimoto with the goal of the season. The top goal scorer going again to Nakagawa. Lucas with the most assists, getting 26. Nakagawa with the most player in the matches in 15. Nakagawa highest average rating with a 7.5. And Fujimoto with the most passes, 90 of 65. In terms of record breakers, well, we've got the most overall goals by a player in a season, 57 for Nakagawa. Most goals by a player in a match, Nakagawa got 5. Can't quite remember which game that was, but that is disgusting. Probably the Tampines game. Most goals by a player in a league match, 4 for Nakagawa yet again. Lucas with the most assists by a player in a season of 26. Most clean sheets for Obi, 42. Most player of the matches, 15 is Nakagawa. Kim Min-tai got the worst discipline. He had 13 yellow cards, which is a backup, so I don't mind that too much. He's a backup. He comes in as cover when needed. It's just a shame, like in the Emperor's Cup final, where he was suspended when we could have done with that bit of cover when we had players out on international duty. Most league appearances by a player, well, 424 for Miyazawa. He's 32. He's probably in his last season. again, I might keep him around simply so he can deal with the players who have contract negotiations where they're being a bit petty about something, because he's really good at sorting that out without me having to deal with them, so that's nice to have around the club. And then fastest goal, Nakagawa got one within 16 seconds of a game starting. So, history in the making. Your hard work and efforts paid off on the pitch, and as such, a feat didn't go unrewarded at our end of season awards ceremony. That's how you upset the odds. Well done, Consadole Sapporo. That's from Fumiya Meikawa of the Japanese Football Express. So, Consadole Sapporo, we won the J1 League, the Emperor's Cup, and the Levain Cup triple header, which is lovely to see. And we got that AFC Champions League. I don't know why it's not showing up, but I'm 99% sure we got that competition. But Consadole Sapporo's ability to defy expectations pretty much from day one deserves so much credit. Thank you much, Kazuki Suakawa of the Sapporo Football Gazette. But we shall hit finish, and before we leave here, let's just quickly head on over to the AFC Champions League. Yes, holders, Consadole Sapporo. We did win that competition. So it wasn't the triple. It was, in fact, the quadruple, if you count our AFC Champions League. But I thank you all for joining us. I hope